How's it going, guys? Matt the engineer from Spark, and we're starting a new series for the Javelin. Basically, anytime we have a new or unique Javelin build with some special features, I will put a review video out about what makes that bike unique, and we'll take it on the road and talk about any changes that we made. Might give you guys some ideas for the future on what you can do to your bike. And so today's video is about this one. Alright, before I get into what makes this bike unique, I always like to give a little overview of the Javelin. That way, if this is your first time seeing the bike, you get an overview. So first off, the Javelin is made by our team over here in North Brantford. We are about a 10-person team now. Everything is completely hand-built. We hand weld everything. We do all the painting. We do all the wiring of the harnesses. The bike uses a 4,000 watt motor, has motorcycle brakes in the rear and in the front, uses 17-inch wheels with real motorcycle tires, and these change between the bikes, but this one is about 3.5 inches wide. They all come with these spools, so you can put it up on a spool stand like a race motorcycle. It has an actual motorcycle front fork, motorcycle levers, and twist throttle. The first turns on the 12-volt assembly, which does the lighting, turn signals, and everything like that, like the horn. The next is the power setting, so I can change it from its street mode to a track mode. And then finally, you have the special mode here, which determines what this button does. In one mode, it will be a reverse. You can see if I hold it down, it holds an R. If you then use the twist throttle, you'll go in reverse. As soon as you let go, it deactivates the reverse. And then if I put it into the other mode, if I am riding and I hit that down, it will activate a cruise control. You also have high beam, low beam, your turn signals, and a horn. Beep, beep. The bike has these grab handles, which are great for lifting it into a vehicle. And it has this very unique seat made by Topia that at one pull, you open that guy up and you have access to this entire storage compartment, which is big enough for your lunch or your charger. And then it has this 40 amp hour stainless steel battery. It's 72 volt, and it comes with a 10 amp charger. For the screen, if you turn on the bike right from the start, let it go through its startup, and then hold the top right corner and release, it will allow you to access all the different settings of this screen. So you can change it from miles to kilometers, and you can even change the display. So let's put it into a different display just for fun. I'll hit that one and then hit the M, and now we're in this setting. If I squeeze the brakes, you'll see a little exclamation point coming up on the top. That is just a signal to the controller that you're stopping the bike so it doesn't send power. So now let's talk about what makes this particular one unique. And as you can probably guess, it's all about these side panels. The side panels on this one are red acrylic. They're really, really cool. And we actually put some backlighting in here just for a little customization. And it's a little hard to see in the daylight right now, but if you were to pass through, you could see all the wiring going on inside. So it makes it kind of look like a PC build. Here's a little shot at nighttime. We also did a cafe fairing on the top and this animation headlight, which, as you saw, has a very cool startup sequence. Isn't that fun? This customer also requested that we get him one of these stainless steel fenders from our prototypes in the beginning. So we ran that CAD file again, laser cut one out, and we're happy to put that on for him. The seat was also a custom request. This is a seat from Topia, and it is the tracker style, so it's a little bit of an upgrade. This is nice for hot weather. It keeps you a little bit cooler. The customer also requested these clip-on handlebars. It's been kind of split between clip-ons and trackers. As a shorter rider, I personally prefer these clip-ons. They are way more comfortable, but if you were taller, you could do the tracker bars. We also did a little custom simplified version of our motor cable protector. You can see this guy right here just goes around the motor cable, so it hides it and it keeps it safe from rocks getting up there and clipping it. So that's a few simple things on this particular bike. Remember, the Javelin starts at $44.95 right now, and the prices go up from there. They take about 4 to 6 weeks. We have been getting faster, but that 4 to 6 weeks right now is pretty accurate because, again, they are all handmade. One thing that we do like to warn customers, if this is going to be your first e-bike, I do suggest you look somewhere else. The Javelin is a more advanced bike. It's not meant for the highway, but it is a fast bike. In its legal mode, it goes 35 miles an hour. It can be categorized as a motor-driven cycle. And then if you are going to be racing on track or have a private property where you can ride whatever you want, this bike can do about 55 miles an hour, maybe 60 depending on your weight. We do keep on getting these people that are saying we're seeing 70 miles an hour and all this stuff online. And one thing to keep in mind is that we use a far driver controller. So if you are an experienced rider and know programming and know stuff about these motors, you can get into those settings and change the parameters. Just know the faster this bike goes, the more heat builds up and the more wear and tear you're going to do on it. So while it might be fun to go 70 miles an hour, we suggest that you keep it at the parameters that Spark sends it out at for the long term of that bike. All right, let's take it on the road and see how it does. So once you get onto the bike, you turn the ignition key, you flick up the first little switch right here, and that will initiate your 12 volt. That way you have your lighting, your brake sensors going, and everything's good. You can then decide if you want to be in a track mode or in a street mode and what you want your special button to do. So right now, I'm just going to keep it in its normal setup like this, and we're going to get going.
Beep, beep.